Happy Tuesday. I hope your week is off to a good start. Join me for another Optimus Prime build today on Brickscale Studio. Welcome back to Brickscale Studio. My name is Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's always awesome to have you with me. So today we are going to be tackling the left lower leg, and we didn't run into an issue. I just did not catch something in the manual that then just sort of rippled until almost the end, and then I had to go back and redo some stuff. So I'll explain in the video. There's a couple points where I'll kind of interrupt and say, hey, I messed up here, so be sure to stick around for that. Also, I forgot to mention last week, I have a new Optimus Prime shirt for Optimus Prime Day for our videos, so I'm super loving this shirt. It has Optimus Prime and then the wave. So I don't know, I always like the wave painting, and now I have this shirt. I also have one with Godzilla, which you've probably seen I've worn on here before. And then also I have a coffee pot with the wave, which I think I've worn on here before, but it's been a while. So I was stoked to find an Optimus Prime one. So anyway, let's get into the video, and then we can talk about it after, especially with my mess up.
Autobots, roll out!
All right, so we are moving on to pack number 7. So in the last episode, we built both feet. We built the left foot and the right foot. So today, we're going to be working on the lower leg. So we're only going to do the left leg. And so we are into pack 7. Now, interestingly, even though we're going to be building up basically Optimus Prime's calf, the lower leg, they're still calling this the left foot. So yeah, interesting there. But it's really, this is the foot that we've already done, and we're doing the lower leg. All right, so we don't need this right at this second, so I'm going to set it off to the side. Again, our pack 7 contains 3 trays of parts. So remember, I sort of use my phone that has a picture of the tray, and then I use my tablet for the actual instructions, so I don't have to keep scrolling on my tablet. All right, so we need 2 of these. Whoops. 2 of those, and then we need this, and then we're going to need 1 of these. All right, so actually what is happening is for this first initial step, we're going to be making 2 sets of this component, and we're going to use one today on the left side, and then we'll save the other one for the next episode for the right side. So the first thing we're doing is we're taking this, and we are setting these in here like so. And then we're putting these little caps on. So we need to do that twice. Like so. All right, so we've got 2 sets of those. It says we need 2 of these. These 17, so that's going to be these 2 here. And all right, not fiddly at all. All right, there's 1. I'll do the exact same thing over here. Put those in. And those are going to hold them. Alright, so we got that in. Okay, so now we are taking these, and we are taking these, and we're putting them on here like so. Alright, so let's go ahead, we're going to set these aside for now, because we need to bring back our foot. So it's our left foot. Okay, so this is going in here, like so. So we are not going all the way through, we're only going up to this first hole. So don't push this part all the way in. Alright. So there we go there. So far, none of these parts have been directional. So we need 701, 704, and 712. And this is 704. That's 701. And then we also need 712, which is under here. So this is like this. This is going like so. And this. Ah, got it. Okay, so that's going like that. Okay, so that is going like this. Okay, so we need 4 of these. 3 by 14. 4 nuts. Okay, so then we have these different kind of lock washers. The other ones are just notched kind of, and these have little teeth on them. And then we also need a nut in the back, right in there. So I'm going to hold that with my finger. Until it catches. Alright, so yes, that has caught on there. Now, I'm not going to tighten that super tight. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. Never mind. I was like, is that going to interfere with the slide? But it does not. So again, let's get this on. Alright, and that still moves. Alright, so we got that in there. Okay, so now we're going to take this piece, and that's going to go right on there. So now we're going to use these 3 by 10s. Alright. Now that side goes in easy, but this other side, alright, we can move it a little bit, so that will help us for sure. Alright, so there is that. We need these pieces here. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but this is where I mess up. So these brackets that I'm about to put on, I just screw them right on and I just keep moving along. I should have been routing the wires underneath this bracket, and then throughout the rest of the leg, as I'm building it up, there's different times when I need to route the wire, and I don't realize it until I'm almost completely done. So I have to take apart some stuff. So when you watch this next portion of the video and you just see those wire just waving around, it really should have been behind those brackets, and we should have been trailing it up the leg the whole time we've been building it. So we're gonna put these over these little holes here, like so. And those are going in with our PB 2.3 by 6. All right, perfect. So now we have another one of these, which is going to go in like so. And 2. Now we want 715, TR 715, which is this piece. And that is going right there, like so. And there's a little notch here that will fit in this notch, just like that. And that's going in with 2 of our PB 2.3 by 6. And there's 2. I'm taking this piece. And there is like a little notch, and that's going to go toward the front. I mean, it can really only go on one way. So there are these 4 posts, which are going to match up with these 4 here, like so. And that's going in, again, with 4 of our 2.3 by 6. And there is the last one. And yes, that has an L on it. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to turn it around. And this one, same thing. The little notch here is going to the front. And this is kind of just going to match up with the other one, like so. So that's going on with 3 screws this time. All right, that's the last one there. All right, awesome. All right, so now we want to push. I don't want to crimp that wire. Okay. So it wants us to push the leg back, which we did. All right, this is going to be tricky, I believe, because I've seen other people do this. And the way that they have this being done in the instructions is they have you do this all in one piece. So this is going to set down in here, and we're going to screw that in, and then these are going to go up here, and we're going to screw those in. But I believe what people have found is it's easier just to take these off, the top part off, and do the bottom first, and then put the top back on. Otherwise, you're just fighting to get these in the right position, and they keep coming out anyway. So, let me see how good my eyesight is here, because it is really dark down in there. Alright, I got one started. Alright, so we got that side tight. This side tight. Okay, perfect. Now we're just going to put these back on. And those are going to go right there. And again, those are also going in with these PB screws. So let me get one going here. Okay, so now we got that in. Now we need 702. So that is going to be this piece. And we are going to be attaching. Now I just noticed I have some flashing here in my screw hole. Alright, there we got it out. Alright, now, so this is going to go just like so. And we are going to go with 2 of these 10s. Alright, so there is one. I'll just move the leg back up to give me a better angle. Alright, so let's see. 721. Alright, that is back in our first tray. So that is this piece here. And we're using the 2.3 by 6 again. Do it like this. Alright. So we got that in. Alright, and we need another one of these. Alright, so here is our wire. And it wants us to thread it through that bracket. Sort of like so. And then this is going to go in just like this. So this must be the knee, because we've got 2 joints here. Alright, and those are going in again with the 3 by 10 and the new lock washers. So there we go. So that is this piece. So that's going to go just like so. And again, we're using the 10. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Hey, me again. So this is when I realized that I messed up. So rather than redoing the whole thing and making you watch it and all that stuff, I just stopped the camera and I fixed it. And then, as I will explain when we get back to the video, be sure to tune into next week's episode when we do the right leg, and I will walk you through the wire management and all will be good. So back to the video. Okay, so here we are back with our crazy wire management that I kind of managed to mess up, and I will show you. Just make sure these are in here tight. All right. So I will show you what I did. I mean, the obvious one that you can see is these brackets I put on. The wire is supposed to go underneath. So yeah, kind of a mess up there. But now we are at this point where we have the wire coming out here, and we need to put this little, again, a little bracket to kind of keep that in place. And that is going on with these PB screws. And don't worry, you'll have to stay tuned for next week's episode when we do the right leg, and I will walk you through all this cable management, because the manual, I've gone back through it, and it does not do a very good job of telling you how to route the wires. In the illustrations, there's kind of some guidance, but unless you really are looking, most of the instructions have to do with the the parts and then the screws and all that kind of stuff. So they don't actually tell you in the instructions, oh, feed the wire through these brackets. So anyway, like I said, stay tuned for next week, and I will be sure to walk you through all of the cable management. All right, so next we need part 710. And that is this piece. Also, another thing in the instructions, they're showing the foot standing up, and I'm doing it on the side so you can see it easier. It's also a little bit easier to work on when it's laying down. All right, so this is going to go just like that, and that's going in with 4. How is this going in with 4? Because, again, we are turning this over, and we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, perfect. All right, and then, of course, we are taking the other side, and that is going to go... Oops. All right, just like this, and that's again going in. This time we're going 1, 2, 3. All right, I just want to double check this first one. Yep, we are good. Okay, so that is it for the left foot. Now these are, like, we've closed this off and we've closed this off, but this is still open, and it shows it's still open in the illustration. If we, double check our items here, it still shows it open on this side and open on that side. So we are good. All right, so that is it for the scale model side. Let's move over to the Lego side.
Autobots, roll out!
All right, here we are on the Lego side. So last episode, we completed this part of the leg. And so, of course, today we're going to start this leg. So now it's interesting. We're kind of in the same area now on this model. Before we were doing sort of the opposite. We had been building the legs while we were building the arms on the scale model side. And then today we started building... In the previous episode, we built the feet, and then today we built the lower leg. So we're doing the same type of thing here. So that's interesting that we're finally sort of catching up. All right, so we're going to do steps 154 through 172. Okay, that is it for the Lego side. So, as predicted, we got to start on this other leg, which is going to go right here, obviously. But we will finish that in the next episode. All right, let's recap what we have done. Okay, so on the Lego side, we started this leg that will be attached here when we're finished. And then we completed this left leg here, looking pretty sharp. And that is it for episode 10. Okay, so that was Optimus Prime's lower left leg. So even with my little screw up and having to redo part of it, it was a pretty enjoyable build. It came together pretty easily. And so, of course, next week the video is going to be shorter because it seems like once you do it, the next time it's faster because you already know what you're doing. Plus, I didn't screw up, so I didn't have to redo a bunch of stuff. But let's get into our summary for this episode. So for the scale model, we completed 25 steps and used 26 parts. And for the Lego side, we completed 28 steps and used 90 parts. And total to date, 377 steps and 472 parts on the scale model side, and 240 steps and 685 parts on the Lego side. All right, so coming up this week, Thursday, we have another exciting Titanic build video. This one, we're installing a bunch of little teeny tiny window frames. So be sure to watch that. I think we're also working on another funnel and attaching that to the deck. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, Saturday, we're back into Batman with the 1966 Batmobile. Again, unfortunately, not a whole lot of parts, but we're back at it, so that's good. Hopefully this will pick up, and I kind of talk about that in the videos, the next few Batmobile videos. It's kind of the way that these part work things work out. You know, you get a bunch of parts and stuff to do in the beginning to get you all pumped up and excited, and then there's kind of this lull in the middle. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But still having a great time. But be sure to check out our website, brickscalestudio.com, where we have links to all of our YouTube videos. You can sign up for a newsletter that's launching this fall. And we have a shop with some awesome new and used Lego sets, so be sure to check that out. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. We are still trying to hit those subscriber numbers, those milestones, so we can give away some more Lego. We are inching closer to our 500 goal. So once we hit 500, I will let you know all the details of how to enter the giveaway. And we'll be giving away a Star Wars AT-AT, not the collectors, the Ultimate Collector Series one, like the playset one with like 1,000 or so pieces. But still a very cool set. So stay tuned for that. And of course, as always, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon.